Nestled in the heart of Colorado's Rocky Mountains lies Steamboat Springs, a place where the air is crisp, the trails are endless, and the locals, well, they just call it another day in paradise. But for the brave few who gather here every September, this is no ordinary day. This is the Run Rabbit Run. My name is Ben, and this will be my second 100-mile ultramarathon. I know, what would make a sane person want to run another one? Well, it's hard to believe, but the truth is, running 100 miles is really actually a lot of fun. Yes, there's long stretches where it's pretty much miserable, but there are precious moments where it's just pure bliss. And 2 weeks later, after most of that pain has faded away, what's left at its core is an amazing adventure with cherished memories, climbing mountains, crossing valleys, seeing some amazing places, and meeting some amazing people. Sometimes I look back and I can't believe it happened to me. I often think there must have been some sort of fluke, a mistake, or maybe I was just incredibly lucky to finish the first one. So we're going to tempt fate and we're going to try again. When I started my ultramarathon journey, I watched so many YouTube videos about ultramarathons. But one video stood out. It was my favorite. It was called How to Run 100 Miles. And it was one of the most amazing videos about ultra running I have ever seen. It was so inspirational, and I knew that if I ever got a chance to run a second 100 miler, I knew I wanted to be the Run Rabbit Run. And guess what? Here we are. A 5-hour drive brings us to Steamboat Springs, Colorado, and it's just as beautiful as I remember. The leaves are changing, and my wife and parents have come along to make sure that I survive. The pre-race excitement is electric. So many runners and such a historic venue. We get our numbers in our packets, take some pictures, and then have the speech. And there's one particular line I'm waiting for. I can't wait to hear that line. And I can tell the director knows it too.
It's harder than you think it is, and it's going to hurt more than you think it will.
There it is. With so much excitement at check-in, now it's time to sleep. Try to sleep. I did sleep better than I did before my Bear 100 race last year, but it still wasn't great. I wake up, eat my breakfast, and get out the door. The race starts and we find ourselves in a conga line climbing up the face of Steamboat Springs Ski Resort. This is the way to start a race. To the moon. And wouldn't you know it, someone actually recognizes me. And so we chat for a little bit. Holy cow, there are a ton of runners. So many people. It's a beautiful day. And we get to the top of the first aid station. After a brief stop at the aid station, we drop over the ridge into the backcountry. Now, a lot of people will wonder why you would pay somebody so much money to run 100 miles. And this is why. I love spending time in the mountains. Especially new mountains. Mountains that I've never been to. I make the steep descent down into Fish Creek Falls. I see my wife.
She's running with me! Woo-hoo! We're doing good.
And then I head back up into the backcountry. I am running an amazing race. Perhaps too amazing. I'm on pace for a 24-hour finish. My speed play strategy of setting a point and running to that point is paying off.
We left the Summit Aid Station a little bit ago. Feeling good. I hurt everywhere, but no problems specifically.
Took me forever to get out of that place though. I thought I lost my gloves. They were in my vest. So, anyway, got my headlamps, got a jacket, and got a lot of sunshine left. We'll see how that works out.
I get to Billy's rabbit hole just as the hair runner leaders are catching up. I enjoy a nice slice of backcountry pizza and let the real runners pass. I feel like this is the hardest part of the course, and it has to be these zigzags. They're great for mountain biking, but when you have to run through, they go on forever. And the worst part is knowing that you're only 30 feet to the side and you could save a quarter mile of running. And wow, that sunset. It's moments like these that I'm in awe. I never could have imagined a moment like this. And now it's dark. We drop off the hill into town. It's fun to have an in-town element to the race. Navigating streets, watching out for cars. I wander through town to the aid station. I am starting to get tired. I enjoy a nice long break, and I fuel up with dinner. I slowly ease up out of the chair and hobble to get going again. Afterwards, my dad mentioned how concerned he was about how I was looking, and he didn't think I was going to make it. And the truth is, me leaving that aid station, I was hobbling pretty bad. But once I got moving, I felt better. And I just had to wait for a minute for my legs to loosen up. I was feeling okay, and at this point, okay is pretty good. And there's nothing like the focus the night runs give you. With a good light, you can go as fast as you want. At night, you meet and chat with fellow runners, only to have them disappear back into the darkness. Good miles and good conversations, and back to Housen Hill Lodge. More food, more body glide on the toes, and back out. I barely remember this next part. It was almost like a pure flow state. The night running slowly turns into a trance. No real sights to see, just a chance to cover as many miles as possible under the cover of night. I find myself constantly looking at the sky, waiting for that first sign of light. And another moment. Wow, isn't this amazing? With the new day, morale improves, which is helpful because as the sun rises, I find myself on the steepest uphill part of the course. It's moments like these that are burned into my memory. It's why I run. I feel like these mountains are giving me a gift for the hard work I put in. We reach the highlands, and boy, I'm feeling amazing.
Feeling good right now. So we're gonna make the most of it.
It's amazing how at 50 miles I was struggling, but then 30 miles later, I feel like I'm on top of the world. These next miles are gonna be the fastest of my whole race. Soft dirt and rolling hills. I run fast thinking maybe I could get a better time, but then the aid stations just feel like they're never coming. I keep going and going, and they're not coming. Eventually I do get to the aid station, and I have some mild hallucinations on this next part. I'm pretty sure all I saw was like a duffel bag in the woods. It may have been hallucination, but it could have been real. It makes sense why it would be there. Unfortunately, that feeling great, wanting to push it feeling fizzles away as I reach the top of the last descent. It's a long ways down, and my knees just don't want to do it anymore. I call my wife and let her know that I'm gonna be a while, but I'm coming. So I just start walking down the hill.
So mile 80 was really good, but then I pushed it too hard and it got hot and I blew up. And I forgot you have to walk down. I don't do well going down hills. So we're trudging down hills. but we'll make it in time.
I wish I could go fast. I see people run past me and I just want to go fast. But my knees are just saying, no, not today. There's one sign in particular that I want to get a picture of.
And this is that why not sign from REI.
And it's because I saw it in that first How to Run a 100-Mile video. I know I'm going to make it, but once again, the hills are just slowing me down. I get to the bottom and the finish line is unlike anything I've ever seen for an ultramarathon. There's a huge crowd. There's commentators. It's a huge party. Like, it's almost as big of a crowd as it was at the beginning. So there's a bunch of trees before the finish, and I feel like I'm trying to make sure I look okay because I'm not feeling very good. I've spent the last 2 hours climbing down this hill. I'm probably a little sunburnt, a little overheated, and so I'm just trying to make sure that I'm put together and not falling apart. I get out, I go to the finish line, and they did the worst thing. They put a river crossing and with like a little ledge that you had to step up right before the finish line. And I just wanted to make sure that I didn't fall on that last step because you're so close to the end, everybody's watching. And the last thing you want to do is hit your toe and fall down. Everybody will get it. Everybody will understand, but at the same time, you just don't want to do it. But I crossed the finish line. I get my belt buckle, and it's such an amazing race. That overwhelming sense of accomplishment, I don't think it's going away. My parents get the car and bring it closer so I don't have to walk back to the original parking lot. And then I get back to the hotel, I put my feet in the tub full with ice and just sit there for a minute because they're definitely swollen. Just an absolutely beautiful race. It was such a fun experience, and to see the course, to have a chance to follow in the footsteps of my YouTube video heroes and be able to finish it. I didn't come in crazy fast, but I did come in slightly faster than my last race.